afternoon, home learners, and here we are for chapter 3, Nothing. I've lost my job, said Dad. No, said Zoe. They're shutting down the factory, moving the whole operation to China. But you will find another job, won't you? I will try, said Dad, but it won't be easy. There'll be loads of us looking for the same ones. And as it turned out, it wasn't easy. It was, in fact, impossible. With so many people losing their jobs all at once, Dad was forced to claim benefit money from the government. It was a pittance, barely enough to live on. With nothing to do all day, Dad became more and more down. To begin with, he went to the job centre every day, but there were never any jobs within 100 miles, and eventually he started going to the pub instead. Zoe could tell, because she was fairly sure that the job centres didn't stay open till late at night. Zoe became more and more worried about her father. Sometimes she wondered if he had given up on life altogether. Losing his first wife, then his job, seemed like just too much for him to bear. Little did he know, things were about to get much, much worse. Dad met Zoe's stepmother when he was at his saddest. He was lonely and he was on his own. Her last husband, having died in mysterious prawn cocktail crisp-related incident, Sheila seemed to think that husband number 10's benefit money would provide her with an easy life, with fags on tap and all the prawn cocktail crisps she could eat. As Zoe's real mum had died when Zoe was a baby, as much as she tried, and she tried and tried, Zoe could not remember her. There used to be photographs of Mum up all over the flat. Mum had a kind smile. Zoe would stare at the photographs and try and smile just like her. They certainly looked alike, especially when they were smiling. However, one day, when everyone was out, Zoe's new stepmother took all the photographs down, and now they were conveniently lost, probably burned. Dad didn't like talking about Mum because it would just make him cry. However, she lived on in Zoe's heart. The little girl knew that her real mum had loved her very much. She just knew it. Zoe also knew her stepmother did not love her or even like her very much. In truth, Zoe was pretty sure her stepmother hated her. Sheila treated her at worst as an irritant and at best as if she was invisible. Zoe often overheard her stepmother saying she wanted her out of the house as soon as she was old enough. "The little brat can stop sponging off me." The woman never gave her a penny, not even on her birthday. And that Christmas, Sheila had given Zoe a used tissue as a present and then laughed in her face when the little girl unwrapped it. It was full of snot. Soon after, Zoe's stepmother moved into the flat and she demanded the hamster move out. "It stinks," she shrieked. However, after a great deal of shouting and slamming the doors, Zoe was finally allowed to keep her little pet. Sheila carried on despising Ginger Nut. She moaned and she moaned that the little hamster chewed holes in the sofa, even though it was burning hot ash falling from her fags that had really created them. Over and over again, she warned her stepdaughter she would stamp on the nasty little beast if ever she caught it out of its cage. Sheila also mocked Zoe's attempts to teach her hamster to break dance. "You're wasting your time with that nonsense. You and that little beast will amount to nothing. You hear me? Nothing." Zoe heard, but chose not to listen. She knew she had a special way with animals, and Dad always told her so. In fact, Zoe dreamed of travelling the world with a huge menagerie of animal stars. One day she would train animals to do extraordinary feats that she believed would delight the world. She even made a list of what these madcap acts could be. A frog, who was a superstar DJ. A rapping terrapin. 2 gerbils who ballroom dance together. An elephant who sings opera. A donkey who does magic tricks. A tap dancing centipede. And a boy band comprised entirely of guinea pigs. A street dance group of tortoises. A cat who does impressions of famous cartoon cats. A ballet dancing pig. A worm hypnotist. A highway acrobatics act with cows. And an ant who does ventriloquism. Got that right? A daredevil mole who does incredible stunts like being shot out of a cannon. And a karate display with jellyfish. A bungee jumping hippopotamus. Zoe had it all planned out. With the money the animals earned, she and her father could both escape the leaning, crumbling tower block forever. Zoe could buy Dad a much bigger flat, and she could retire to a huge country house and set up a sanctuary for unwanted pets. The animals could run around in the grounds all day and sleep together in a giant bed at night. No animal too big or too small, they will all be loved, was written over the entrance gates. Then, on that fateful day, Zoe came home from school to find that Ginger Nut was dead. And with him, Zoe's dreams of animal training stardom died too. So, reader, after that little journey back in time, we're back at the start and ready to get on with the story. Don't turn back to the beginning though. That would be really stupid and you would go round and round in circles reading the same few pages. No. Move on to the next page and I will continue with the story. Quickly, stop reading this and move on now.